Hi, this is Rebecca with Homeschooling with a Full Plate. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 tips for people who are considering homeschooling. First, I would say don't be hasty. Take some time to make this decision. It's a pretty big decision with a lot of lifestyle implications. It means perhaps having a parent who is home during the day to homeschool the kids, where maybe both parents were working outside the home during daytime hours, shifting schedules, that kind of thing. For stay-at-home moms, especially with very little ones, it might mean having less time to devote to small children and laundry and cleaning and some of the other things that are just so necessary for managing a household. So take some time. If there's an issue at school that is really driving the decision, I would also recommend just taking some time to talk to the teacher and the school officials and such. I've found for a few families that have talked to me about homeschooling and that they were thinking about it, that after talking with teachers and people at the schools, that they were actually able to find a very workable solution to what they felt the problem was, that was creating the desire into them to consider homeschooling, where maybe it really wasn't something that that they really wanted to do, but just felt like they had no choice but to do that. Another piece of advice, number 2, another piece of advice I give to people who are considering homeschooling is be sure that whatever your reason is for homeschooling, be sure that whether you homeschool, public school, private school, however you educate your kids, make that decision based on, I guess the way I put it is faith and not fear. Don't make a choice because you're fearful of one of the other choices. Don't maybe put your kids into public school even though you feel like they'd really do better homeschooled, because you're worried about socialization or what your relatives are going to think. Don't homeschool them mostly because you're afraid they're going to be exposed to bad influences in the public school. Really be sure that your decision is based on some really positive things, like that it's a good fit for your family, that your kids are going to learn well, maybe your child is going to do better in a more relaxed, unstructured setting. Number 3, pray. Pray and really take time to consider. Get other people that you know who can just pray with you about this choice, and just take that time to really be sure that this is something that you're supposed to do, and just pray for God to help get everything lined up that you need as far as information and people to talk to and everything. And of course, I guess right along with number 3 is number 4, be sure your spouse is in agreement. As far as I'm concerned, my opinion is that if your spouse is not in agreement with the decision to homeschool, it's a no-go. It's not going to work well. It's going to create strife in your home, and really for it to work well, you need to have your spouse's full support. I mean, sometimes there's a little bit of anxiety, and it takes a little time for the spouse to be, even if they're agreeing to it and feel like it could be a good thing, sometimes I mean, anytime you start something like homeschooling, there's a bit of anxiety until you kind of get up and running and say, yeah, this is working. And number 5, talk to other homeschoolers. This is so important just because it's a good way to kind of gauge whether this is something that's right for you. Never mind my little dog there. But anyways, yeah, it's a good way to just kind of find out what it's about, what type of time and resources that this is going to entail. Some people do find that it costs more to homeschool than perhaps have their kids in public schools, certainly less than most private schools, but all of those things, it's part of the process of finding out what exactly it's going to take for you to homeschool and make this lifestyle choice for your family. So I hope that was helpful. If you found this, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Homeschooling with a Full Plate. Have a good day.